Hello, all you pixies, imps, and other fine fae folk. It is me, the Hobby Hobbit. This is a channel where we like to play with all different artsy craftsy things, but we are master of none. We're going to continue on with our coloring page. This is the adult coloring book by Tanya Bogema-Stolova, A Nice Little Town, book number 4. This is something I go to when I just want to relax and don't want to think about anything. So I think we're going to try and do big things today because I only got that little bit done the other day. My hand was hurting pretty bad. So we're going to work on the floor and we're going to work on the walls today. So having said that, I told you the other day I wanted this to be bright, fun, and just out there. So we're going to continue on that theme, and I think we're going to do, that's obviously going to be green because that looks like it's part of a plant of some sort with the mushrooms growing. So do we do the inside like a brownish color? Let's do a grass green. Forgot to get my handy dandy. This is my travel case of everything I need on the go. It's got sharpeners, it's got fine liners in case I find a line that wasn't done. It's got my erasers and the eraser stuff in it. It's got highlighters, different erasers, Prismacolor sharpener, pencils that I'm working on for a different book that I'm working on. I got to get back to that one because I really want to finish that one. But let's do like this grass green for the walls. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be grass green because of this is going to be green. Those are like cherries. Why not? Let's do it. And again, as I stated the other day, see that's a little too, I like my pencils either on a 1 or a 2 because it does a really super fine tip, and then I feel like, especially with Prismacolors, they don't break as easy. So we need a secondary color too though. So I'm just gonna pick one. Let's do this green. So we've got yellowish green 140 and clover green 46. That's going to be my dark shade, that's going to be my light shade. I have just put up a video for our junk journal that we're working on. It's a flippy flappy octaflap, only it's not. I'll let you watch the video to see what's that all about because yeah, it sure surprised me, but it was my first time doing a flippy flappy thing and I was quite pleased with myself. Took a little talking through, a little working things out, but I was pretty pleased with it. And again, you'll remember that I like to do this in circles, and I'm probably on about between a 2 and a 3 for pressure. I wouldn't even say I'm that much. I'm more of a 2, and I am using more of the flat of the pencil than the point. I find if I hold the pencils further back, I don't press as hard, which means I get to do lots more layers to build up that rich color like I did in here. And honestly, this paper could probably take a little bit more color through here, but I wasn't at that point gonna work anymore on it. These are the Sioux Color colored pencils. My favorite colored pencils are the Castle Art brand, and then the Prismacolors I find, and then probably the Bruner, whatever those ones are. I find that I like the Castle Arts because I feel like they blend really well while still holding a point. Prismacolor, of course, I mean, everybody loves Prismacolors. And then the Bruner just because there's 520 colors, I think, in the 2 sets. And those are an oil, so they're softer, I think. I'm not for sure what all the difference is, but to me they feel like they're a softer lead. I feel like these Sioux Color and then the Cool Banks are kind of like for lack of a better word, the generic to the Castle Arts, in my opinion. I have no proof to back that up. It's just how I feel about those pencils. And that's why I like to use them when I'm just coloring, not trying to do anything spectacular when I'm coloring. I like them because they remind me of my favorites, but they're just not quite up to that par, in my opinion. So yeah, and I've got so many colored pencils, I need to start using all of them and I've yet to do anything with these other than just testing them out a little bit. So here we are, finding ourselves doing a nice little town photo picture drawing. I don't feel like these blend quite as well as the Castle Arts or as Prismacolor are known for their blendability, though. But I like how Castle Art blends too. They really are my favorite brand. And I know there are some people out there that don't like them, and a lot of the YouTubers that I like to watch don't like them. But I do, so it's, you know, my own little opinion. They're my go-to. I'm not going to do the ground in green. That might be a light brownish kind of color. So we're going to come in here with our Clover Green, number 46. Can you see it? I don't know. And then we're going to go in here. Yeah, like that as a contrast. Let me turn this. Sorry. I know I'm flipping and flopping this book everywhere. But I want to get where the artist has indicated shading. And of course I'm going to color right into that cherry where it doesn't need to be green. But yeah, I'm just going to color in where the artist has indicated, and then I'll do a few more around some of the other things to make them stand out some. I don't know how the other colorists on YouTube are able to stay with something in the same position. I have got to flip and flop it and move it to be able to get it. Otherwise I can't see where it all goes. I'm doing my best now as I talk to you to not flip and flop the page, turn it and twist it, and but oof, Mama wants to turn it. Okay. Now, even though my hand is closer down, I am still using that light pressure. And while it looks like I'm going back and forth, I'm actually doing long circles on this. Okay, let's see where else. Let's put it over here. And over here. Let's get around this. We'll get into this here. Along the floor, get around here. Now then, this is mostly where the artist has indicated. I will probably come back and add a little bit more. I don't know if I want to do around that because quite frankly all the around, you know what, yeah, let's just do it. I'm not going to do much. I'm just going to do a little, like I'm tracing around it. I will say something for these. These are definitely pigmented. I mean, I'm barely touching the paper, and this green is just jumping off of this pencil onto the page. So you can't argue with that if you like a lot of pigment. And I think, like I was using these the other day, that's the dark, so let's just to test this out. Yeah, I mean, they're pigmented. So yesterday I was really sick. I was just nauseous all day, so I had nothing but like crackers and 7-Up to eat. Oh, here comes Miss Bug. What's the matter, Bugly? She's decided she wants to get nosy in here, and of course she's going to be vocal about it. And then I have Mr. Marvel laying down beside me. He wanted to go for a ride with me today, and he hates car rides. Like, he's so scared of them, but he wanted to go for a ride like a brave little boy. So we went and picked up dinner. And he was a good, brave little boy. I mean, shivered and shook the whole time, but he was a good boy. He didn't cry. He did drool all over me though, but you know, that's to be expected. He was a brave little puppy. Wasn't you? You was the bravest little puppy. Yes, such a brave little boy. And I tried like shutting my door earlier because I was filming a video for the journal. And I knew my mom was sleeping and I didn't want to have the TV, you know, come in here on this phone. And he just sat outside the door and cried, bless him. But he doesn't like it when the door is shut. So he didn't want to be in here with me. But he didn't want to not be in here with me. Okay, I am going to turn this page. Just so I can get across the top here. And so I can get around these leaves. And then we'll see how well these will blend this out. We shall see. Yeah, my hand is already starting to cramp up. Again, in case you didn't know, oh, I'm sorry, my hands are really dry. Carpal tunnel surgery a year ago, so I'm still having some trouble when I'm doing things, especially when I find that it's a repetitive motion. It's mostly better though. But stuff like this, it's still a little challenging to do for long periods of time. I don't find typing hard though, or working anymore. That I'm able to do. I don't know whether it's because I tend to grip the pencils really hard. I don't know if that's what it is. If that's what's causing me to have the cramping in my hand. I just don't know. And I'm going to go along here before I do that because I'm really hurting going around that area. Okay, we'll just outline our little snow hat. And there we go. Yeah. And then it'll blend, hopefully will blend out. I'm trying to see whether this did the other day or not. I think it blended okay. Not great, but okay. Alright. I don't even know if I'm leaning into the camera frame or not. I hope you guys are able to see this, but again, this channel is not for experts. It is a channel of just having fun, learning together, so you guys will see my mistakes. Now we're going to start pulling this color out towards the center. We're trying to anyways. I don't think that's going to work. I don't think this is going to blend. Let's just try something. Okay, so I'm just going to throw some color down. Then we're going to throw this color in. I don't think that's blending very well. It's definitely a firm line there, isn't it? Oh well, now we know we're going to do these more for the flat coloring. That's okay. It is what it is. This is just for our enjoyment and relaxation anyways. So having said that, I am going to start pressing a little bit harder on this, since I know it's not going to blend. I mean, that's the most that I'm able to pull out from the edge. And I think a lot of that is this bright yellowish green color. Not a blend of the two. Yeah, there's a definite line there. Like, it's not blending at all. So now I know not to worry about trying to blend. And we're just gonna throw our colors down and have a grand old time doing it. Which is hard because I'm so... Marvel! Bad boy! Hey! Give me that. Oh, gross. Yuck. Okay, hang on just a minute. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Mr. Marvel Man had a yum yum, and Mr. Jeffy decided he was going to come across the street, aka across the hallway to my room, to see what was going on. And Marvel doesn't like sharing, although he wants to take everything from everybody else because he's the baby of the family and he thinks he deserves to. Well, I'm not having that, so I took the yum yum away from him. So now he doesn't have anything. And he's sitting here staring at me and giving me puppy dog eyes. But they're not going to work because he was not the goodest boy for sharing. When he shares his yum yum, I tell him he's the goodest boy ever. For share. And he's just gone across the way because he's mad at me now. I'm not going to give it to you. No. What a turd. He's the baby of the family, and he's a turd. Like, he is so jealous. He is the jelly belly. Like, it's okay for him to go and get lovin's from him Unky or him Grammy, but the minute he sees me love on one of our other critters, he like noses them and wants them off of my lap or away from me. Now keep in mind, when I'm in my bedroom, he wants nothing to do with me until he's ready to go to bed. He will not come in unless he's ready to, well, I can't say won't when I'm not feeling well. Like, he stayed with me all day yesterday. He knew I wasn't feeling well, and he was basically laying with me all day yesterday, bless him. Not that I would have noticed, I slept all day. And woke up today ravenous. And then ate too fast, and then regretted it instantly. Yeah, I can feel this now in the tennis elbow going on. So this is going to be a short video again, but we'll plug at this a few minutes at a time. I guess you guys don't always want to see very long ones from me, do you? You probably get tired of listening to me talk and chatter. I don't really have any good YouTube banter built up yet. I would love it if you would consider subscribing, liking the video, and becoming part of our little family here. Okay, yeah, so I was going to do the... You know what? Yeah, let's just plug on and do the floor. Let's just plug on. Okay. This goes here. That, guessing, was there. Brown. You know what? Let's do one of these nicer kind of browns. Like the cinnamony kind of. This is, oh, metallic ochre and reddish brown. I think we're going to try for the metallic ochre. Let's see what it is. Let's just play with it, shall we? I'm going to turn it this way. Oh, I see the metallic in it. I don't usually see metallic reflecting pigments when I use colored pencils. This is the first time I've ever seen the metallic reflections. That's pretty cool. Okay, these get a 10 for 10 on the metallic pencils. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but I can definitely see the micro powder, I guess. Now the question is do I want to grab through all the floors and keep it the same color, because I'll probably forget what I used for each section. This is probably about a 4 that I'm leaning on the pressure on this, because I know the colors aren't going to pull, so I'm not going to do any more than a heavier coloring here. That's about the hardest I'm going to go as far as blending. Yeah, I like this. You can see the reflections. Maybe it's the light. I like it. So even though it looks like I'm going straight, I'm actually doing circles. Okay, so let's see. Can you see the reflection in it? And then let's go ahead and get this. Yeah, I know, I just got the door. I'm going to pretend that this is a different color. We'll just pretend it's a different color. I'm assuming that's the doorway in. That comes down to this kitchen floor, kitchen area. Steps. I guess there's going to be steps down here that we don't see because look, the doors are all on the same side. But we're getting there. Slowly, but we're getting there. Oh. Nuggets. All right, I've got a little bit more in me. We might as well, while we've got the floor color out, try to keep it all consistent, right? Okay. Sorry, I paused there because I wasn't sure if this was part of the kitchen or if this is like the bathroom area. Because that looks like makeup containers to me. So I was trying to decide if that's going to be like the little bathroom area. Because it doesn't line up. I'm going to guess it is. Let's get around this chair. I'm not so worried about these handles because those will be done in something else. So if I mess over them, they're shaded anyways. I'm not really that worried about it. And if I'm honest with you, my hand and my arm are starting to hurt. But I started this, so let's go ahead and get it finished real quick. And I can hear Mr. Jeffy back in here again, sniffing around. He just loves that I'm now in this craft room across from the bedroom where he's at, because he can just sit outside the door and demand that I go let him outside. He is definitely the king of this little castle, Mr. Demanding. I don't know if I told you guys or not, but when we picked him up from the shelter, he had just had surgery to remove 15 teeth and to repair a fistula between one of his teeth and his nasal cavities, so he was in bad shape, poor guy. And about a year later, we found out that he had kidney failure. He was in kidney failure, so we've got him on proper diet now, and he's just turned from this little grumpy old man into this little character, for lack of a better word. He's just a character. Like, my mom's favorite game now is give him a treat, Michelle. Now try and take it away from him, because she knows he's going to try and bite me. Yes, my mom thinks that's funny and giggles quite profusely at her own little cleverness at trying to get me bit, and I've almost fallen for it twice now, because she just, you know, she waits a little bit and then says, now take it away from him for me, you know. And these are in circles. Well, oblongs, I guess I'd say. I just happened to notice that there wasn't much color in that center there. Okay, so I'm going to consider this the bathroom, but I'm also going to consider it a dirt floor. So we're going to have part of our Dorit floor. Ooh, I can't talk. Our dirt floor here. And then finally we'll do this. And he's rearing up to cause some ruckus. I can hear him. Did you hear his little tippy taps? That's Jeffy. He's just a little rat dog that's just, but I stinking love that guy. I really, really love him. He's just such a character. Stamps his little feet at you and growls at you if you're not moving quick enough when it's time to feed him. He is the most food-driven little creature I've ever known. I think he was well loved, just that they didn't know how to take care of him. Because he sure knows what a potato chip bag sounds like. And he's a happy guy, so he wasn't mistreated. Let's get this. That's probably what's wrong. Okay. I do that a lot, that okay. And I don't know why. I guess it's because I'm settling back into doing whatever I was doing when I interrupted myself, and that's just my way of getting myself kind of resettled into, all right, it's time to get back to what we were doing. So yeah, if you like my chitter chatter or would like to see what else pops up on this channel, please consider giving me a thumbs up and subscribing. I would really appreciate it. I'm surprised I've gotten 11 followers. So that's just tickles me pink. I have 11 of you guys that like watching my stuff. Wow. I mean, wow. Okay, yeah, what do you think? Oh, you almost let me forget that. So that's darker, yes. You can tell as my hand's getting more sore, it's going from lighter to, or from the darker to the lighter. But yeah, okay. So we'll pick this up again soon. Talk to you later.